First, rise and shine. Good morning. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, sip the coffee. I'm doing the protein shake with caffeine. Hopefully that gets working soon. A live look outside. This is a shot from our Tower Cam network over in Tavares. We are looking good. Just some clouds over top of us. Happy to report a quiet scan on our first morning live Doppler radar. We've got some gook over in Brevard County, but that's about it. Otherwise, we are looking good. We'll get back to Futurecast in a minute. Temperatures out the door sitting in the 70s. Our forecast today starts off nice and quiet. But then we get the thunderstorms a firing. Yeah. 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 There we are. Lunchtime, about 88 degrees. 91 degrees our high temperature. There's a 20% coverage of rain. Then we get into that 40, 50, 60% coverage of showers and thunder showers around dinner time. Yeah. That'll bring the temperatures down a little bit, but it's a dinner time opportunity for storms today. Ah, good times. Southerly wind, 10, 15 miles an hour. Let's do this though. Let's go back and let's look at our future cast here, okay? Kind of getting an idea. All right. So 8, 9, 10, we start to see some stuff out in the Gulf. 2, 3, that's when the rains are kind of moving into our area. And then it's more widespread according to this flavor of future. This is the rapid update showing the storms around 10, 11 o'clock. I don't know that I buy that. Hold on a second. Stand by. Let's check. No. Hold on. All right. So this is the more extended flavor of Futurecast, showing 2 o'clock some stuff out west. All right. 3 kind of moving into the metro, and then 4, 5 o'clock. There's that moisture really pouring in. Haha, pun intended. 4, 5 o'clock getting into the metro. 6, 7 o'clock rain, and then 7, 8, 9 o'clock starting to clear. So that's yeah, I kind of like that idea. The idea that around 1, 2 o'clock stuff starts popping out west, and then we really see a surge of moisture around 5, 6, 7 o'clock moving through the metro area. All right. So that's kind of, I think, the idea for us today. When we look at the overall coverage of rain, big surprise, it's going to rain, right? We've got a high coverage of rainfall for today. And it's not just for today. If we look at the next few days, look at the rain opportunities here, okay? 60%, 60%, climbing to 70% on Friday. And that's where our local forecast plays in with the tropics, right? Yeah. We've got some moisture coming into play. We'll get there for sure. So let's kind of get an idea of the lay of the land here. So we know that rain chances are going to be high. Here's the overall setup. And we talked about this on Coffee Talk yesterday, but essentially midweek, there's going to be an old front, old wooden ship. There's going to be an old front kind of drifting south and dying, and it ends up going to be a stationary front. It's dead. But along that stationary front, we've got a ton of moisture, and eventually, what we end up seeing is an area of low pressure developing. Now, truth be told, the side of its development will really determine a couple of different things. All right. If it develops on the Gulf side, we would have a better opportunity to see tropical development. Water temperatures are warmer out there, et cetera, et cetera. If it develops out east, perhaps it would be a little bit drier for us. It would pull the moisture away from us, but it also would perhaps mean that there would be a slightly lower opportunity for tropical development. Not saying none, but you kind of have to look at the overall scenarios here. So when we look at the week, it's a holiday weekend, right? And when we look at the holiday weekend, understand that we're going wet. Impact day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because of all of the rain around. Okay. 70% coverage Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, probably tapering that off just a little bit. All right. So that's kind of the idea. When we look at the weather headlines, essentially, we're not looking at significant development. So this is not going to become a big bad hurricane for you and I. Very important to note. It is going to end up being a lot of rain, widespread rain, amplifying. So it's not just looking at sea breeze type stuff, okay? And then into next week, it all kind of pulls away. All right. So let's do this. Let me pop up our 7 day forecast. We can chat about things, and then we can dive into some of the more idiosyncrasies of this overall forecast. All right. But there we are. Friday and Saturday looking particularly wet. The overcast sky icon is out. We don't use that a ton. All right. Barbara says, "Hi, having coffee with the bears in my backyard." I'm on the lanai, of course. Maybe keep a little distance, though. That's going to be my professional opinion for what it's worth. Jeannie Rowan, we're already on the C name storm. If something were to develop, yes, it would be the C name storm. Robin, good morning to you. Getting ready to head to work, but of course, here to say hello. I love that. I love that. I love that. And a good morning to you. Michael, with a cold front moving in, does that mean that rainy season hasn't technically started? No, because it's dead on arrival. It's DOA. No, this is rainy season. Yeah. It's arriving, and then it basically becomes a dead stationary front moving through. That's a really, really good question, though. Really good question. Yep. Debbie says having comment issues again. I see your comment for what it's worth. If not friend, why friend shaped? I guess, Taylor, I don't understand what you're saying there. Now, in terms of the tropics, let's kind of get an idea. We've got an upper low kind of out east of us for right now. Let's get an idea of what we're looking at here, okay? The good news is that, like I have said, no significant tropical activity expected to develop here, okay? But the development chances have gone up. National Hurricane Center now giving this area a 30% likelihood of tropical or subtropical development as a front kind of drifts south and moves on in. Okay. Now, this is coffee talk. We're going to look at all the models. I would also add that it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, WJCL chief meteorologist Jeremy Nelson and I host a show called Tracking the Tropics. Tracking the Tropics Tuesdays. We do that on Tuesdays. So at 10 a.m. today, Jeremy and I are going to be discussing this. Okay. But anyway, I mean, we'll discuss it now, but just to let you know. Low pressure, stay away from Central Florida. Well, I don't know that that's going to happen. So let's look at the model data. All right, here's raw GFS model data. And we'll roll through. There's the front arriving. Okay, top right corner gives you the date and time. So this is Thursday morning, July 3rd, 12Z. So it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. Front makes its deposits. It's nothing really. The GFS is, surprisingly, the GFS isn't really showing much. There's like maybe something there kind of off of the Florida's east coast. Yeah, but there's really nothing significant. And I think that shouldn't that be a lesson to all of us? Like the GFS isn't going crazy with anything. I mean, it's maybe something right there off the East Coast going into the Carolinas, but even the GFS is not trying to go crazy with development. So if you're concerned, if you're worried about this becoming a big bad hurricane or anything, don't, right? Because the GFS is even like, it's not gonna be a big deal. Here's the European trying to maybe leave a deposit, maybe a closed low there out in the Gulf. Sloppy weather over Florida, and then it looks like something maybe trying to pop east of us. And lifting, yeah. Nothing significant. That's the important thing, right? Nothing significant. Now, if we look at tropical Euro ensemble probabilities. So this is the Europeans' tropical ensemble probabilities. This is the essentially percentage of tropical development. And in this case, tropical depression development. And the European is saying, through its entire run, it's saying that there is a chance for tropical cyclone development out east of us. Okay. So there's the chance that something gets trying to go, not a significant worry, right? Still a fairly low development chance. Models aren't going bullish on it. It's something to watch. I'm talking about it because this is something to track. Should we be worried about it? No. Should we watch it? Sure. I mean, our rain chances are going to go up. And frankly, looking at more than just the rain chances going up, look at what that could mean for Central Florida. This is the flooding threat map for Central Florida. And notice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, watching for flooding, especially Thursday along the Gulf Coast. Flooding is entirely possible. It's entirely possible for each day, but it's just we're watching. We haven't elevated it beyond that. It's on the lower echelon of concern. Okay, so that's kind of what we're watching. All right, there you go. So, tropical cyclone is not a ride at Disney. No, no, the cyclone. No, that's up at Coney Island. Right. All right, so that's where we're at. How much rain could we be talking about? According to the National Weather Service, they're putting out, when it loads, of course it's, there we go, 3 to 5 inches of rain along the west coast, 2 to 4 closer to us. Here's the global models to give you an idea, okay? And the euro is showing 1 to 2. I don't know that I buy the euro, if I'm honest. I really think that the pattern recognition on this type of a pattern, GFS is more on, where you're going to get 3 to 5 closer to the system, widespread 2 to 3, and then 1 to 2 elsewhere. So that's what I'm leaning into, is more GFS, and frankly, that's what the National Weather Service is leaning into as well. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. Ryan's talking about a drought buster. I mean, why not? This is the type of weak tropical stuff that our climate requires, right? All right. Questions, comments, concerns. That should fix our drought numbers. The tropics always fill our cup. 100%. 100%. Hmm. When it rains. Yeah, when it rains, it pours. Debbie says crazy GFS. I mean, the models are doing the model things. Tammy, like I've said many times, too much concrete is bad. Take away the grass and there's nothing left but areas to flood. You're not wrong. Yeah. James, what time Friday will the rain begin? Lawn Company is here. You know, Friday is going to be a situation that's hard to really dial into, right? Because that's when we're watching for tropical development. That's when we're watching way too many variables that the complexity of that forecast really plays in. Yeah. Ryan Anderson, it will not rain 24/7. I don't think it's going to rain 24/7, but there's going to be plenty of rain. Yesterday, I saw two different weather channels. One said no tropical, the other hyped it up. We're going to talk about it here. We're going to give a no hype look, right? That's all I can promise you. Looking to know if MLB coast will be ever impacted Friday, Saturday. I guess it develops if the East Coast versus the West Coast. Those are going to play into it. Somebody was asking about the coastal 7-day forecast. I got you, boo. Looking wet. Looking just as wet, right? Yeah. We're talking about rains. Can we get no rain or humidity for next week? That's funny. If this is a tropical disturbance, would it get a name? If it's um if it's a tropical wave or something weak, then no. I mean, if it becomes a tropical storm, it would get a name. So we have to wait and see how that plays out. What we do know, the reason we're calling for impact weather is because there's heavy rainfall, downpours, even low end flooding concerns, and the fact that this weather could impact fireworks, weekend plans. And yeah, I mean, it's a little more than your average layout of rain this time of year, we'll say, right? So yeah, if it gets a name, the next one will be Chantal. Dexter's the one you have to watch out for because he'll come at you. You misbehave, he'll come at you, and then you're just on his table. Nobody wants to be stuck on Dexter's table or in the laboratory if you want to go that far back, right? I'm driving to Pensacola on Thursday. I'm curious to see what I'll be driving through. Thursdays when we're watching for some development. That was dark. You like that? I can almost hear the, the music. Susan's asking, are you broadcasting with Jeremy Nelson later today? Yes, we are tracking the tropics. And as I'm looking at my hair, I'm reminding myself I have a haircut today. So there's that. We are really scared of. We are always so scared of Karen. Everybody's. It's like Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. We're scared of Karen. All right. Other questions, comments, concerns? Anybody have anything? Anything at all? Nothing is formed yet. That's the important note. That this is an area that we're going to be watching. Nothing yet has formed, but development chances are on their way up. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Debbie, haircut? It's already too short. Hey, this is pretty long for me, honestly. Janice, are you wearing a picnic shirt? I feel like every time I wear this shirt, I get yelled at. What am I going to do? Keep wearing the shirt. Thank you, Elizabeth. Appreciate it. What are the current rain deficit numbers? Deborah's asking. That's a really good question, actually. Let's see. Year to date AM. There we go. So Orlando's not really in a deficit, but look at places like Daytona Beach and Melbourne. What we could really use is our East Coast spots just getting a ton of rainfall. That would be chef's kiss. Almost 7 inches behind in Melbourne. So yeah, we could absolutely use some help there. Right? Good question there, Deborah. Good question. I think Van is going to be laid back and easygoing. That's right. Cheryl says, you calm my nerves. Thank you. Tim, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You need to wear your Bucky shirt or your Bluey shirt. Hey, I wore my Bucky shirt just a couple days ago. Bruce is asking high winds with this. I usually put up a tent for the 4th. Will it be okay? I'm not expecting significant tropical development here, but you have to understand, I do the best I can, but I wouldn't expect anything more than what would be in a typical afternoon thunderstorm. Okay. Yeah. Sandra's asking, think all the fireworks shows will be canceled Friday? I hope not. My hope is that it's just cloudy and damp, lots of rain, and that we don't have the thunder and the lightning, and we'll be able to get the fireworks displays going. That's my hope. You know, yelling from detention. Good morning. What's the beach forecast north of Flagler today? Yeah, Cindy. So I mean, I think that we're gonna have a healthy dose of storms today. Yeah, probably north of Flagler, rain chance comes down a little bit, but still storms around. Betty, do you think storms will be strong with hail and lots of lightning? Over the course of the weekend, do I think that there's gonna be? I think there's probably going to be a lower threat for hail. Tropical-ish systems don't like that. Could we have some gusty winds there? Sure, absolutely. When do you think the system will completely move out? I mean, into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think all that moisture will start to pull away. Okay. I'm going to Madeira Beach from July 3rd to the 6th. There you go, Carmen. Will I be sitting in my cash box at my sale? Tanya, what? I have no idea what that even means. Uh, Joe says, my dog says the fireworks are canceled. Everyone stay home. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Tammy, the price of fireworks this year is crazy. Hoping the neighbors get some good ones. It's like a boat, right? Have a friend. Have a friend with him, right? Isn't that what they say? Oh man. Is this rain washing away the pollen? Sure, yeah. It's also going to help to reinvigorate it, though. Tiffany, thank you. I'm teasing you. You know that. How do we look in Lake Butler, Florida, Bradford County? As far as what? As far as rain chances, they're going to be high. What? I don't know. Matt, or an airplane. Exactly. Right, Matt, right? Exactly. Yeah. More sun. We see the thunderstorms more. Storms, we see less sun, just rain. Or what? Estate sale this weekend. Got it. Got it, Tanya. Okay. Need water for my passion fruits. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm in Georgia. Is it raining in Titusville? Not right now. It's not raining, but it will. Yeah. Deanna, what are your plans for the 4th? I don't know. I might go fly. Depends on the weather, right? If it's just cloudy and damp, I'll go fly. If it's stormy, not gonna go flying. All you can do. The ghosted woman. Hey, Eric, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. The ghosted woman. Oh man. It's gonna rain sideways, Mario says. Janice, maybe one day. Maybe one day. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Of course, we've got Tracking the Tropics Tuesday at 10 o'clock today. Anything else? Tammy says, never cancel a vacation for rain. Disney in the rain is fun. Oh, yeah. Disney in the rain that's pro tip stuff right there. 100%. How is Sandy's looking to match? What? Selma, I have no idea what you're asking. Tiffany says, guests will be watching TV fireworks this year. There's no promise. There's no promise. Let's take it easy, okay? Let's take it easy. A cloudy evening, a damp, cloudy evening to see fireworks isn't the worst thing in the world. You know? In your opinion, how many named storms do you think we'll have this season? Landon's asking. I put out my long range forecast at the end of February. What did I put? These are my numbers. 16 to 20 named storms, 8 to 10 hurricanes, 4 to 6 majors. That's my forecast. All right. Debbie says, see you at 10 o'clock. Yep. Elizabeth, thanks for the 10 o'clock reminder. That's right. So 10 a.m., tracking the My day is busy. So I've got Coffee Talk with you. I have Tracking the Tropics Tuesday at 10. And then I have my meeting for some graphics at 11. Yeah. A little busy. Make it work. I'll make it work. Just a little busy. All right. I'll pop up the 7-day one more time. Questions, comments, concerns, friends. It's going to rain. Sideways. Busy day, Janice. That's right. Busy day. The shirt will get itchy at the hair. I know. I know. And the haircut. Yeah. Haircut's at 1. Yep. All right. Do we have any other things? Yeah, but I'd be rather sit watching the firework. Yeah, than getting eaten up by bugs. I get that. I get that. All right, people. 10 o'clock. Tracking the. I'm gonna literally go pack it up and start rolling to the station. 10 o'clock. Tracking the Tropics Tuesdays. Okay. Sound good? Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I'll see y'all at 10 o'clock. Take care. Bye.